An estimated 10% of the budget of the Palestinian Authority goes to pay families of jailed and martyred terrorists. That's on the high end. North Carolina Congressman Ted Budd wants to make sure no American taxpayer dollars go towards those payouts. And Congressman Budd, who's just introduced the Iron Dome Reinforcement Act, joins us now from Capitol Hill. Congressman Budd, thank you so much for being with us.
Glad to be here. Thank you.
Congressman, your bill sounds familiar to the Taylor Force Act signed into law last year by President Trump. How did the two differ?
That's a great act, the Taylor Force Act, that the president signed. This one's very similar, except it goes a step further. What that bill does and what my bill does is it requires the State Department to certify that no U.S. taxpayer dollars that we're using to support the Palestinian Authority are used to support terrorist activity. For instance, we know that 7 to 10%, as you mentioned earlier, of foreign aid that we send to the Palestinian Authority could be used to pay families of deceased terrorists. This and the Taylor Force Act requires that the State Department certify that that does not happen. What mine does is it redirects that dollars. If they're unable to certify, what this does, it takes those dollars and sends them to re-strengthen and reinforce the Iron Dome.
I know ultimately you're trying to bring accountability, but could your bill potentially create more instability in the Middle East if the Secretary can't determine if American taxpayer dollars wind up getting into the wrong hands? Does that make Israel less secure?
We don't think so. We think any money that's spent to strengthen the Iron Dome would make Israel more secure, and it encourages the Palestinians to make sure that none of that money that we're sending them right now, it's been anywhere between hundreds of millions to less than 100 million now, but that's still a lot of money when you look at 7 to 10%. We want to incentivize the Palestinian Authority not to use any of U.S. taxpayer dollars to support that.
Congressman Ted Budd of North Carolina, thank you so much for being with us.
Glad to be here. Thank you.